Hello, friends. I hope you're all doing good. In today's video, we're going to talk about the moon sign. Moon sign, same like a sun sign, is our moon sign, which is our mind. So, um, I wanted to start with Cancer um, because actually, Cancer's ruling planet is Moon. So, by meaning Cancer Moon, it actually signifies that the moon was traveling through the sign of Cancer at the exact time of your birth. So, because the moon naturally rules Cancer, so this placement is highly potent. It's very important placement resulting in deep empathy, intense emotions, and a strong need for security. Also, it is seen with Cancer, the moon in Cancer. These people, when they are born, actually. They have very good attachment to their mothers and they learn a lot from their mothers. They are very close to them because moon also signifies the mother. So I would say like it's kind of lucky because if you have a good home, even the situation at home is very good when these people are born. So you have a good attachment, especially to your mother, but you have a good attachment to other people in the house, unless it's afflicted, which you have to see the whole birth chart. But yeah, so um, so whenever you see that there is a moon in Cancer, so yeah, it is a very important placement. We can go through some key personality traits of people who have their moon sign as Cancer. They would be deeply nurturing. They are like fiercely loyal. They are protective of their family members or of their loved ones, and they naturally care for the people they love. Also, because um, Cancer Cancer sign, is ruled by moon, and it's very highly intuitive. So you have good intuitions. You possess an almost psychic ability to sense the emotional undercurrents in an environment. Even if you walk into the room, you can sense it. So because this is you're born with it, so that's in your personality. So you're highly intuitive and you crave for security. Like you want your environment to be secure. That's why they are mostly born into secure environments where the house environment is very warm. People are fulfilled. They feel content. Like there's not much struggles. When they are born into the family, so yeah, so they crave for security. You value actually depth over breadth in relationships. So you really want deep relationships and prefer to be in a safe and cozy home environment. Sometimes it's also seen with Cancer moon people. They could be moody because that's your mind. It could be up and down. So if you see, actually, moon changes, position. Here like very very early, maybe in a day or two. So it's like up and down a little bit. So it's not that like a lot of up and down. It's just like in your mood, it could be moody. Like you're planning for this thing to go to, and then all of a sudden your just mind changes, and you just change your mind and you don't want to go. So that's kind of one example. So because you also observe the feelings of others, you can experience fluctuating moods and may occasionally retain into a kind of protective shell that maybe I don't want to be around many of the people. So you just change your mind, you just prefer not to go. But you could see moodiness because they're very sensitive and they're very deep into emotions, so their emotions could change. So these are the big traits of for the um, Cancer moon people, so we can dive into this. So being having a moon in Cancer, this is actually the most subjective position of the moon. The moon is like, at home, because this is its own home, its own sign, and it's the most comfortable position for a moon to be in. So moon in Cancer natives have a large potential to be able to get in touch with the feelings and moods of others. They are often like quite wrapped up in themselves. Their memories of the past are outstanding, especially for all things which are emotional. Like, so that's why again I go back. Like, they are actually born into a very good family environment. So, moon Cancer people are never detached. No matter, they even have this certain person, certain neighbor. Maybe they see them every day, or they even have little talks with them. They would feel that kind of emotional bond, or like, attachment, and always there to listen, kind to that person. So they also cling to things, their home, the people they care. They seek kind of security, like as we already spoke about. They look for peace and quiet place, so they always looking for that. Their attachment to all that is safe means they are little leery of change, so they don't want much change, into that environment, which is already they consider safe. So these peace loving souls, like, dislike superficiality. That's why they just don't like dramas, because they're deeply involved. They don't like to be hurt, and they don't like to hurt people. So they are devoted, they are accommodating, they will definitely understand you if there is some misunderstanding in the relationship. So and on the moon in Cancer natives tend to kind of when they are hurt, they can dwell on those hurt feelings for long. It will take them for a long time to move on. So when they feel they have taken for granted, which may be often, because, like being emotional and emotionally available, some people might, think that, it's okay to, take advantage of this person emotionally, or like in other way possible. So yeah, so they don't always confront others directly. This is when they can use kind of roundabout ways, like, to get your attention maybe later on. Like if their mind says that they're ready to maybe confront somebody, or maybe they just want to leave to that situation, maybe then they won't, kind of get back to that situation, or they just try to move on, with their feelings. So also these people um, have a hard time kind of, creating those boundaries, which like healthy boundaries. They might have some boundaries, but they have to create those healthy boundaries, which comes with experience. So yeah, these things, I think, moon in Cancer people have to work on. And one of the most delightful characteristics of moon in Cancer people is actually their sense of humor. Like they just try to put humor, like, that soft humor into things, into relationships, so that actually kind of, makes them kind of extraordinarily funny people. So people might have to kind of baffle with their moodiness, but again, if you treat the situation with tenderness and understanding, moon in Cancer natives return the favor with warmth and protection. So give them that security. You will take the crabbiness out of the crab, at least for a while. So try to trust them, try to give them that tenderness and softness which they are looking for. And these people are wonderfully dependable overall. They love their home. They love to form relationship, healthy relationship, despite their occasional mood swings. So make a friend of a moon in Cancer, and you will be taken care for life. So that was moon in Cancer. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you in next video. Thank you.